All right, great Monday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every day to get your day started off on the right foot, to make sure you've got some information, inspiration, and motivation to be able to attack the day. And we especially want to make sure we do it today, Monday, December 23rd, a couple of days away from Christmas, the Christmas holiday. But today, folks, today is still Monday. Today is not Christmas Day. And today we want to make sure that we are setting you up for success. Check this out. This week, we've got a great theme in mind. Actually, the next 2 weeks of the year, the last 2 years of 2024, we've got 2 great weeks of segments coming at you at this 15 minutes to mastery. I'm doing it live from Albuquerque, New Mexico this week. As family and I came out here for the week to spend some time together, recharge, and at the same time spend some time doing some work as well. But listen, this week, we'll be talking about mindset. We're going to be talking about what it takes in order to make sure that 2025 is going to be set up to be your best year yet. And today, we're talking about clarity. Episode number 417 of your 15 Minutes to Mastery, which is the theme is the power of clarity in your career in 2025. Steve Maraboli writes, a lack of clarity could put the brakes on any journey to success. The lack of clarity could put the brakes on any journey to success. And imagine this, you've got a sales consultant that's starting out the year with just an idea of what they want to do. Man, I want to sell more homes than I did last year. Okay, perfect. You should, right? Or I want to make more money than I made last year. Fantastic. You should. However, when you don't have specifics, that consultant spends their days scattered. They're unsure of what truly is making progress. They're not even sure where they're at compared to last year because they didn't even track last year. Okay. Now, by the same token, think of another housing consultant, one that's crystal clear on his or her goals. I'm going to close 60 homes by the end of 2025. I want to increase my sales price by 10%. I want to be able to save $20,000. That type of clarity becomes the compass. It becomes the guiding light of every decision that housing consultant makes in order to be able to achieve the goal. And just like the quote said from Steve Maraboli, a lack of clarity can put the brakes on any journey to success. So when you aren't clear on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, not just the fact that you want to sell more homes than you did last year. Well, when you're not clear on that and how you're going to make it happen, you rarely ever do. You get distracted. There's so many other things that take up your time. There's so many other things that get in the way because you just aren't even sure of where you are at. Look, I've been there. I've done that plenty of times. It's unfortunately something that happens to so many of us, and want to talk on that today because first thing we got to understand is that what clarity does, it not only gives you a roadmap, but the reason what happens with that roadmap is it gives you focus. It allows you to focus because when you have those clear, specific goals, you eliminate distractions. When you have clear, specific goals, you have that roadmap to success. Because when you know exactly what it is that you want, it's easier to be able to prioritize your high value activities. When you have that clarity, when you're able to prioritize what needs to be done, you don't feel like you're being pulled in 1,000 different directions. You know why? Because you don't allow yourself to be pulled in 1,000 different directions, because you understand that right there is the goal. And you're doing, if the things that you're being asked to do don't align with the goal, you don't do them. Plain and simple. You don't do them. You may be able to take on 1 or 2 things here or there. You may be able to do something extra every now and again. But the majority, especially depending on how big your goal is, the majority of what you do should align with what you're after. And that's that clarity that you gain from being able to have clear and specific goals. And when you have that, not only are you setting the goals, but now you're figuring out, okay, what's it going to take for me to do that? Let's say, for instance, okay, Let's say, for instance, this past year, you funded 35 homes, 35 homes. And next year you want to fund 60. You want to add 25 homes. Now, when you stop to think about it, that's only 2 homes more a month, right? A little over 2 homes more per month. If you did 35, that means you did about 3 homes per month on average. So how can you take 3 to 5? How can you add another 2? That's what you need to figure out. And so again, it goes back to measuring what you did this past year. Okay. What you need to do, and you need to invest some time. If you haven't done this already, you should have already done this. But if you haven't, you need to set your goals for 2025. And look, we're gonna talk about this real quick. So what you want to do is take a look at what did you get done last year? How many applications, how many new deals did you start in 2025, right? And how many of those actually went all the way through to become those 35 that you funded last year? Okay. So what if you took 75 applications, 75 deals, but only 35 of them funded? Okay. To get those 75, how many appointments did you have? How many people did you sit in front of last year? And out of the people, in order to sit in front of that many people, how many people did you talk to over the phone or through your marketing in order to be able to get them to come in? How many people did you set appointments with? Because not all of them showed up, but how many did you set appointments with? And in order to set that many appointments, how many people did you actually talk to? That's reverse engineering. That's being clear and specific so that you know what the roadmap is. Because I'm telling you, all it takes now, you may, and I'm here to tell you this, if you only have to add another 2 homes per month, it's not even about talking to more people. I can almost guarantee you that if you just upped your skills, improved the way that you handle people on the phone, improve the way that you took care of your sales process, improve the way that you feature benefited homes, improve the way that you closed inside the home to be able to get the new business. If you just improved on your skills, I can almost guarantee you that you would add another 2 deals per month. If you improved on your clarity, maybe if just by having clarity on your goals, that may have actually kept you on track to be able to be more intentional with the work that you do. So that's the importance of that clarity in that leads to focus. The other thing that you need to have in order to make sure that the 2025 is the year that you accomplish your goals is having the purpose attached to your goals. Your purpose, because that purpose is what's going to drive your motivation, because motivation wears out, man. I'm here to tell you, look, I was on the road myself for 3 years. I was on the road of my health journey, taking care of myself, eating well, doing these things. I felt great about myself. And then hurt my knee, allowed myself, gave myself the excuse to stop going. Next thing you know, it all falls apart. So motivation only gets you so far. When you lose sight of your purpose, why you're doing things, that's when it all falls apart. So the having that purpose tied to your goals and not losing sight of the purpose is also important. Okay. So how can you tie your goals to a bigger purpose? What if your goal is to deliver another 25 homes, and that's going to net you, I don't know, let's say another $75,000 in income? What are you going to do with those $75,000? What is the purpose of those $75,000? Are you trying to buy something? Are you trying to do something for a charity that you really support? What is it that you're going to do? Because if it's just, I want to make another $75,000, well, we never really accomplish that. Believe me, I know from personal experience, you never really accomplish that. You need to tie that money to a purpose. What are you going to do with it? Is some of it going to go to marketing? Is some of it going to go to be able to help your family member with some health issues? Are you going to do something for, is it a trip you want to take? What is it for? So tie those to specific outcomes, because that's going to allow you to be persistent. That's going to help you through the hard times, because I'm here to tell you, just because you have your goals set, Just because you've reverse engineered and you have a specific plan, just because you have this idea in mind or this purpose, there's going to be hard times. There's going to be times you want to stop. There's going to be things that are going to get in the way. There's going to be distractions. There's going to be so much that's going to happen that if you allow it to, it will pull you off of your journey. Think about it. How many times has that happened to you in the past? How many times has that happened to you with the New Year's resolutions? It's the same thing. When you don't have a purpose attached to certain outcomes that you're after, you're not, it's rare that a person accomplishes those things. Rare. So what is the purpose that you're after when you're doing those? Because purpose transforms your goals from tasks to a true meaningful mission. And we are, as humans, folks, you can't forget, we as humans operate on emotion. We try to be as logical as we possibly can, but we're still human. We have feelings, we have emotions, just like your buyers do. And we talk all the time when you're talking about your buyers that when you're with your buyers, when you're speaking to them on the phone, when they're in front of you, that you've got to be able to keep them in their emotions so that they move forward with making the purchase. It's the same thing with you. You have to understand this. You've got to do the same thing to you. You've got to keep yourself in your emotions so that you keep moving forward, attacking the goals that you have set for 2025. Now, a lot of us don't do it because we don't have clear and specific goals. We don't have a clear laid out plan to be able to hit those goals. So what is your plan? That's what you got to keep in mind. And if you don't have it figured out, you need to get it figured out. Look, man, it's the 23rd of December already. And if you don't have goals already in place, there's something wrong. You're already behind. You got to get that fixed. But we're going to go into the top 5 ways that you can set clear and purposeful goals for 2025. First and foremost, you've got to be specific. You have to be very, very specific on what your goals are. How many homes are you going to fund? How much money are you trying to make? And then what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with the income that comes from it? What is the purpose behind it, right? You've got to make those goals measurable. Like I mentioned at the beginning, how many people do you need to speak to? How many appointments do you have to set? How many people do you have to actually sit in front of? How many new deals do you need to take in order to fund X amount of homes per year? They need to be measurable, and you have to be measuring them. Those goals must have a purpose. That's point number 3. You have to have a purpose. So what is the purpose? Because if it's not something that is emotionally tied within you, you're not going to hit it. You're not going to do it. You might as well stop. The next thing you want to do is you want to reverse engineer the plan. Reverse engineer the plan. How do you do that? Check this out. I'm going to bring this file up very quickly. I want you guys to see something here that we've got in our 2025 Path to Mastery. Part of that Path to Mastery, one of the workshops was on goal setting for 2025, right? And so we have in that Path to Mastery replay, we have all the workshops, and part of it is the goal setting. And here in it, here's what we went over last year. Let me share it on the screen here. But we have the plan in here, how you can reverse engineer your goals based on what you're trying to accomplish. Everything from family goals to your faith goals, to your fitness, to your finance, and what needs to happen in order for you to be able to make that happen based on the amount of new people you need, reaching all the way down to the amount of people that you need to speak to in order to make it happen. Number of people you need to speak to per week in order to make that happen. That, my friends, is reverse engineering your goals. That is going to put you on the path to being able to achieve that. If you're interested in getting that and everything else, we went over leadership, professional development, time management, and the goal setting. I mean, all the speakers are on there. You can go on our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com, and you can get the replay there. It's only $49 through the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, it's going up to $199. So you might as well jump on that and be a part of it. And lastly, the last thing you want to do is you want to write them down, review your goals daily. Write down your goals, review them daily. And here's the one piece that most people never tell you. Write them down, review them, and put in the work daily. You can't get away from the work. You can't escape the work. I don't care what it is that you're doing. I don't care what it is you're trying to accomplish. You cannot get away from the work. If you have these goals, these lofty goals, and you have a plan, and you have everything, that's fantastic. But if you're not putting in the work daily, you're never going to make it happen. You guys have a great Monday. Go attack this week. There's only 2 weeks left in the year. There's only 2 days left of Christmas. Attack these next 2 days. Make them the best that they've been, the best ones you've had so far this year. We'll be back in here tomorrow with another edition of 15 Minutes of Mastery, episode number 418. Can you believe over 400 episodes of this daily, nonstop, just for you? You guys have a great day. We'll be talking soon. Until then, I can't wait to meet you.